Hello and welcome to Let's Play Project Zomboid, Episode 9. It's the start of the 12th day for Special Agent Mulder. Looks like it's raining outside and we still have power, so that is a good thing. So I'm going to continue cooking up some of this frozen meat that I have. I've got a bunch of ground beef and meat patties from the school. I can sense that power shutoff is coming. I can feel it in the air. Might be today, might be tomorrow, might be the next day. It's definitely coming though. My current weight is 82 with 2 up chevrons. So that is good. That is a good place to be. Got some stale fruit in the fridge. Stale mango, 3 stale oranges, a stale pike, and some stale pineapples. And those stale fruits are not going to do me any good. With stale vegetables and stale meat, you can make them into stew. And that actually removes some of the penalties from the food being stale. But for fruit, I don't usually do that. I think there are cooking recipes where you can take stale fruit and add them to the recipe, and they get incorporated without the penalties. But for me, that breaks immersion a little bit. Like, I can take a stale vegetable and turn it into a stew. That's realistic. But taking a stale pineapple and adding it to a fruit salad and somehow having it come out edible, it's not realistic to me. So long story short, the stale fruit is going to get discarded. Looks like my meat is done cooking. Let's take a quick survey around my base here. Never know when random zombos have decided to show up. Alright, looks like the coast is clear. So I'm going to do my standard method for disposing of junk that I don't want. I'm going to place it on the corpse of a zombo and just let it despawn along with the zombie. I imagine these zombies already smell pretty bad, so putting a stale pike on the zombie is not really gonna change it one way or the other. It looks like the pike is too big to place on the corpse of a zombie, so I'm just gonna go in one of these houses on the cul-de-sac and throw it inside the fridge and probably never see it again. Alright, cool. While I'm in this other house on the cul-de-sac, I'm going to see if I can disassemble a bed or two, maybe a table, and get some planks. I still need planks. Actually, it looks like I did both of the beds in this room already. Both of the beds in this house already. Let's go ahead and try this house. I already disassembled that bed. I am going to disassemble this table, though. And while I'm out scavenging, I'm going to start prioritizing taking home cooking pots. And the reason for that is the cooking pots make good water containers. Just set them outside and they fill right up. Go ahead and check this kitchen for any leftover cooking pots. There were definitely several that I passed up the first time that I scavenged. Board up this window here. So I'm not going to re-loot all the houses on the cul-de-sac. I think I'm going to head out to downtown, explore downtown a little bit. I know there's at least one like eatery downtown. I think it's a bakery. I'd like to loot that before all of that food in there spoils. So I stirred up a crowd of about 7 Zeds. Gotta be really careful when fighting these big hordes. Even though it starts to be routine work after a certain point, you can definitely easily lose your guy in a horde like this. All it takes is one of the zombies grabbing you, and then you get stun locked, and you're done for. In a situation like this with a horde, they will actually kill you right on the spot. They'll just drag you down and basically eat you. They'll eat you right then and there. You don't have to worry about getting bit and escaping. Alright, 3 down, 4 to go. That one's got a screwdriver stuck in him. 3 to go. 2 to go. So yesterday I leveled up Long Blunt, and we can see that Long Blunt is at level 2 out of 10 now. At some point during this playthrough, I will probably also level up my strength attribute. Okay, there's kind of a lot of them down here. I was saying, at some point during the playthrough, I'll probably level up strength, and that's going to give me a flat bonus to my melee damage for all melee weapons. So that's going to make Long Blunt even better. to start being a little more stealthy when I'm downtown, because stirring up these mini crowds of zombies is annoying and it's dangerous. Like I was saying before, you know, one wrong move and all this work is for nothing. Alright, 2 to go. Finish off with a stomp. Dismantle some watches. Oh, cool. So this police zombie has a revolver on him. It's the bigger revolver. It's not the biggest. The biggest one is the Magnum. But this one takes 45 ACP. So it's got more punch than the little snub-nosed 38 revolver. By the way, I like using revolvers in this game because you don't have to worry about magazines, since you can just reload directly into the 6 chambers. Don't have to worry about a mag. Sometimes I'll find a gun, but it won't have a magazine, and then it's useless. Isn't it kind of weird that we have the same word in English for firearm magazine as we do for, like, a magazine that you read? Why are those the same word? Well, I just said that I would be stealthier messing around downtown. And there I go, barging in, stirring up more zombies. There. I'm actually going to start crouching around, attempting to be stealthy. So it just occurred to me that I don't have to go into search mode to look for car keys on the pavement next to cars. I can just use my eyeballs and look on the pavement. I don't have to turn on the search mode. So I don't see any around this car, so I'm not going to bother searching on the ground with the search mode. Trunk. I've got a garbage bag. It's got something out of it. So we've got a white van here. You know, you gotta be careful around white vans, but I don't think this one's gonna hurt me. We got a white van here that looks like it's in good condition. So, yeah. It is in good condition, and it has gas in it too. Even though I just said I don't need to use search mode, I'm going to use it just in case to see if the key is laying on the pavement. Doesn't look like it is. Oh, we got company. Let me deal with this first. That's it. Dismantling watches every time I find one on a zombie. What's my electrical skill? Oh, it's like a third of the way there. Gotta have patience in this game. Alright, so the van is locked. That means to get inside of it, I have no choice but to smash the passenger side window. No. Gotta be real careful when you're inside of a car and there are zombies about, because if you hit the wrong button, you might get out of the car right into the jaws of a zombie. Obviously, in real life, your character would never just get out of a car if there's a zombie right there, but in this game, if you push the wrong button, your character is going to obey. I have lost a dude doing that. It's very frustrating. I was at a gas station and I pulled up and a zombo walks up to the driver's side window, and I meant to press the key that switches seats, which is the Z key. Instead I pressed E, which commanded me to get out of the vehicle. So my dumbass character just got out of the vehicle and got bit immediately by the zombie that was standing right there. Project Zomboid things. Anyways, so I'm gonna mark on the map where this van is because I like this van. I'm gonna wanna get this van up and running. I'll use the wrench symbol again, I guess. These windowless utility vans are among the best vehicles in the game, in my opinion, because they have a ton of storage capacity. And they're fairly nimble to drive around, surprisingly. You'd expect the thing to drive like a boat, but for whatever reason, they're pretty agile vehicles. The vehicle controls in this game are just weird sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and try to explore some of these shops. That door's locked. How about this door down here? Got two biters there. Alright, so I'm in some sort of liminal space backrooms hallway here. Now I'm in, I think, a convenience store. Maybe it's a toy store. I don't ever remember going in this place in my other Riverside runs. Yeah, this looks like a toy store. This is one of the things that I love about Project Zomboid. I say this unironically. There are plenty of locations in this game that are completely useless to you as the player, and this toy store is one of those. But I actually like that because it's realistic. You know, if the game was a little bit more Hollywood-ish, you know, there would be like a secret gun hidden in this toy store, or like some kind of unique item. But in Project Zomboid, it's just a toy store and it serves no purpose whatsoever. I legitimately like that. One thing I am going to do is stash all my scrap electronics on the shelf because I don't want to carry them around. Alright, go ahead and mark this toy store off on the map. I'm in this long strip mall looking building, so I'm going to carefully continue exploring it. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, that was fucking scary. I opened the door into an office and it's full of Zeds. There's like at least 5 of them in there. I think if I hadn't been sneaking, then that first Zed might have chomped on me immediately. I've often found in this game that if you're in a confined space with zombies and you kind of panic, your best bet is to try to jog or run away from them, because the zombies have a harder time grappling or grabbing you if you're running or sprinting. So even if you find yourself in an office cubicle full of zombies, if you run away from them, there's a decent chance that they will fail to grab you. You just gotta remember to think fast and actually run rather than, you know, walk or try to fight them. Found a bunch of matches in that desk. Once the power goes out, between the time of the power going out and, wow, I'm just gonna leave that zombie in the bathroom. It's not even worth fighting the bathroom zombie. There's no purpose. Anyway, after the power goes out, but until I find the generator, the ability to start a fire is gonna be essential, because I need fire to purify my water and to cook my food. Let's go ahead and mark off the office on the map. Did you see that? Did you see what just happened? I was checking the stupid map and a zombie walked up and lacerated me. Wow. I feel like an absolute noob. This is what happens in Project Zomboid. You get overconfident, you go to check a menu or something, check a map, and some dumb shit will happen. So, pick a number between 1 and 4. I have a 1 in 4 chance of zombie infection now that I got lacerated. Really dumb. Really dumb. Not good. Not good gameplay. Let this be a lesson to myself. Anyway, I'm just gonna drive home. Since I got the injury, what I immediately did was I put one of my adhesive bandages on it. That stops the bleeding. When you get injured, when you get like a cut type injury, you'll be bleeding, and the bleeding is a direct drain on your health bar. By the way, where is our health bar? Let's take a look at the health bar. So on the character health, on the character status menu, there's a tab called Health. And there's this bar here. This is our health bar. So that one zombie lacerating my upper torso caused me to lose about 10% health. And if I had not put the band-aid on it, it would have kept on bleeding and I would have bled out eventually. You know, you bleed faster for certain body parts versus others. But for lacerations, you know, you have like maybe a minute of real time to get it bandaged up before you start actually bleeding out. If you don't have bandages in your inventory, in a pinch you can tear up some clothes and use the ripped sheets or ripped leather or ripped denim as bandages. The cut is more likely to get infected, not zombie infected, but just bacteria infected that way. But as I've discussed before, wound infection is really nerfed in this game and doesn't really matter. So in the next 24 hours, I'm going to be on my guard for signs of zombification. The two status effects that can show up are anxious and queasy. If either one of those status effects shows up, that's pretty much a guaranteed indicator that I've been zombed. And then we're going to be mixing up a dry bleach martini, shaken not stirred. Like I said, it's a 1 in 4 chance, so odds are on my side-ish. Still sucks though. But as we say in the Project Zomboid fan community, this is how you died. Every character eventually is gonna die, usually to something stupid. So there's not really a lot of shame in it. It's extremely easy to die in this game, that's the whole point. But, you know, it just sucks. Sucks spending time with this character and possibly losing the character. I guess I might as well try to be productive while I'm waiting. I'm going to board up this side of the sliding glass door. I think if you did this in real life, it would possibly jam up the door. I don't think that matters in the game, though. Should still be able to open, yeah. Still opens. So I've now got double planks on all of my windows. So the house is pretty well fortified. I think I'm going to put all 4 planks on the bedroom windows, as well as the bathroom that connects to the main bedroom. This little door over here that we haven't been in since day 1, it's a bathroom. Should probably turn the light on in here. This window in the bathroom, I'm going to board up with 4. And the only purpose of that really is to make sure that my bedroom is well fortified against biters trying to come through the window. No signs of zombing yet. Might as well clean up the base a little bit. I decided that I am going to wear the good backpack. That big backpack that I found. So I'm going to place my duffel bag on the floor. I'm going to equip the big backpack on myself. And I'm going to transfer everything from the duffel bag into the big bag. And this is nerve-wracking, watching those moodles. I'm just watching for Anxious or Queasy to show up. Stash the revolver on the ground. I'm going to take this duffel bag and place it next to the other duffel bag that I found. Both of them are empty. They don't really serve a purpose, but I like to have spare bags. It just kind of seems like roleplay realistic. You know, you're going to want to have multiple bags. You just will. Put the matches in the hall closet. I now have 12 books of matches and 7 lighters. That is pretty good amount of fire starting material. And they don't take up very much encumbrance at all, so I'm just going to keep on collecting them. You know, the more you have, the better, basically. Alright, let's take a look through the fridge here. I've got all these egg cartons that I need to start cooking up. Go ahead and cook up some meat. Oh, by the way, I think it's worth mentioning that if you do get damaged by a zombie, remember there are 3 types of zombie damage. Scratching with a 7.5% chance of zombification, lacerating with a 25% chance, and biting with a 100% chance. If you get damaged by a zombie, it does not matter how you attend to your wound. You would think it would matter, like, if I get scratched by a zombie, you know, I have a better chance if I disinfect the wound. Well, it actually doesn't matter. The game just gives you a roll of the die when you first get the injury. At least I think that's how it works. I know for sure that getting bit, or getting bitten, is 100% no matter what you do. So when I got lacerated by the zombie, it wouldn't have made any difference if I had disinfected the wound or anything. So it's been a couple hours since the laceration, and I have not gotten any symptoms yet, which is mildly encouraging. I'm not out of the woods yet, but if I wake up tomorrow morning and there are no symptoms, I'd say there's like a you know, close to certainty that I'm not infected. I just leveled up my cooking skill. Basically, the way to level up cooking is to just cook things. Imagine that. Every time you change a food's state from uncooked to cooked, you get a small amount of XP. And the cooking skill is kind of lame in this game. I feel like they could have done a lot more with it. But basically what the cooking skill does is you use up less of the food to make a recipe. So just to make up a random example, let's say I was making beef stew, and the normal beef stew requires 10 units of beef. Well, if I have a high cooking skill, I can make the beef stew with 5 units of beef instead of 10. So it's a way of like making your food stretch a little farther. The food that you do make has the exact same status effects. So I kind of feel like it should have been the other way around. Like the food that you do make has better status effects. And once you get to cooking level 7, you get to use rotten food in your cooking, and it won't harm you. So there's some apocalypse flavor there for you. I'm gonna use like completely decomposed rotting chicken in my stew, and it's gonna come out fine because of my high cooking skill. But I think the cooking skill could have been done better. You know, unlock certain recipes as you level up. Unlock better status effects as you level up. So since I'm injured, I have pain as a status effect. And pain makes it difficult to sleep. So what I just did is I took a painkiller and a sleeping pill. Sounds kind of dangerous, but there's no problem with doing that in the game. So that removes the pain, makes me tired, and now I can sleep. So I wake up on the morning of the... Wow, I just had 2 mini heart attacks in a row when those 2 moodles popped up. But they are not infected moodles. I have a moodle for pain and boredom, but I don't have the queasy or the anxious. So that makes me optimistic that I did not get zombed. In case you couldn't tell, getting zombed means getting turned into a zombie. I think it's a term that I made up. Anyways, so no signs of infection yet. If I can make it to the 24-hour mark, so like this afternoon, it's basically 100% confirmed that I'm fine. And let's I'm going to really make sure to be careful checking the map, checking the menus when I'm out in zombie-filled territory. Alright, so let's cook up some frozen shit for breakfast. We got bacon, ground beef, a meat patty, and a steak. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to eat some eggs that I cooked up yesterday. My weight is 84 with 2 up chevrons. So I'm actually getting close to being overweight. But in my opinion, in my judgment, it's much better to be overweight in this game because of how annoying and difficult it is to consistently eat high-calorie foods and maintain your weight. So while I have all this extra food with the power still on, I'm going to eat, and get as fat as I possibly can. If I get up to 100 kilos, that's fine. That's fine. Unlike in real life, it is extremely easy, trivially easy to lose weight in Project Zomboid. All you have to do is eat, vegetables to make your hunger moodles go away, and you will lose weight. Like, it's guaranteed. Calories in, calories out, you know what I mean? Alright, so I'm cooking up all this meat. It's almost done. Once it does finish, I'm going to go back to downtown and continue looting those shops because I'm not going to let the threat of zombie infection stop me from looting a store that might have nothing in it. Turn the oven off. That's interesting. So I can no longer left click on the sink to bring up the command to fill my water bottle. So that means the sink is completely dry. The plumbing has no water left in it at all. Bacon and eggs for breakfast. Who can argue with that? Imagine living in a zombie apocalypse and you eat the very last bacon on Earth before it all spoils, and you know that bacon is like never gonna get made ever again. That's pretty grim right there. Eggs, on the other hand, chickens would definitely survive the zombie apocalypse in some form, so I feel like eggs would always be around, but the whole process of curing pork and smoking it to make bacon, like, that requires civilization. So if civilization goes away, then so does bacon, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Back in this downtown parking lot. Going to send these brothers to beat St. Peter and a sister. That poor dude is wearing a fast food worker outfit. Alright, so instead of I'm going to do something with this wound here. Instead of using up my precious adhesive bandages, I'm going to start getting ripped clothing from these zombies and using that to patch my wound up. Since the devs decided to make wound infection absolutely lame and pointless in this game, I have no qualms at all about patching up my zombie laceration with a filthy zombie rag that I tore off of a zombie corpse, because wound infection is not a thing. Well, it is a thing, but it doesn't matter. real life, if you did that, it's like a one train stop to sepsis. Oh, I just broke my bat. I have to fight with the nightstick. So it's kind of hard to tell which zombies I just killed versus killed yesterday. There's 2 more. So the zombie population will continuously increase on average until day 30. After which point the zombie spawn rate falls off a cliff, and after day 30 it becomes much more tenable to permanently, or at least semi-permanently, clear out these areas. Right now I can clear zombies out, and there's a decent probability that they'll stay cleared, at least for a couple of days, but they do have a tendency to refill up until day 30. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to go up to these zombie corpses and tear up their clothing. And what I want to do is get some ripped sheets. Ripped sheets can be used as bandages. And the penalty to using ripped sheets is not that great. The chance for wound infection is like a little bit higher, but practically it's about the same as using an adhesive bandage. Cool. This cop has a nightstick, my favorite short blunt, and he's got a DE pistol. So the DE pistol, I think that's a trademark-free version of the Desert Eagle, is a powerful semi-auto pistol. And that one had a mag in it, so I'm going to go ahead and take it with me on my travels. Alright, so I have 10 ripped sheets. I'm going to stash those in my backpack. Head back to the car and stash the broken baseball bat and the Desert Eagle, because there's no particular reason to carry those around with me. The baseball bat can be repaired. I think you can repair it with duct tape and with wood glue. So I'm going to keep checking my wound, and every time that it gets infected, I'm going to replace the ripped sheet with a clean one. And that is going to keep the wound infection down, which keeps the pain. Is this another toy store? There are 2 toy stores in the same strip mall. Maybe they're both the same toy store, and then the office in the middle is just like the toy store office. So I said before that the toy store serves no purpose, and that's still true. However, there are some pointless collectible items that you can find in these. There's Boris the Badger. He's an adorable stuffed badger, so I'm going to grab him. there's a Spiffo doll. Definitely gonna grab that. Freddy the Fox. I think those are the 3 stuffed animals, unique stuffed animals in the game. Or special stuffed animals in the game. There might be Molly the Mole, too. I'm not sure. I'd have to check the PZ wiki. Anyways, so that'll about do it for the toy store. Still no signs of zombie infection. Does look like I rolled lucky on that laceration. There's a crowd of a couple of them across the street. Deal with this one here. Obviously, the more I sneak around, the more my sneak and light-footed skills get leveled, which is a good thing. Alright, and now I'm in some sort of waiting room for some kind of office. Kind of feels like a lawyer's office, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, I just heard a zombie somewhere. Bathroom zombie. It's the cabinet. Hanging out in the storage cabinet, storage closet. Is there anything cool in here? Nope. Little kitchenette. I'm going to take the coffee. As I've stated previously, coffee is an excellent item to have because it can instantly remove tiredness. Alright, I need to get the hell out of here. I don't like this place. And it looks like the final business on this strip mall is a furniture store. Yep, it's a furniture store. Can already tell off the bat that I'm not going to find anything useful in here. It might have a storeroom or something like that, though. Oh, it's got an office with, of course, nothing useful in it. Sorry, sister. I'll make it all right for you. This time, I'm going to make sure that there's nobody around before I open the map and check my wounds. I do hear a zombie at the window. Stay on your toes, always. Man, I don't know about Agent Mulder. his long-term survival. He's not really exhibiting risk-averse behavior. I think he or whoever's controlling his character doesn't know what they're doing. 4 to go. Another one joined the party, so now we're back to 4 to go. 3 to go. 2 to go. One left. Finish with a stomp. So it looks like this building next door is a restaurant. I am going to want to check that out because they will have some good food in the kitchen, as restaurants tend to do. But I gotta be careful because there are biters aplenty. There's like 10 over there. I don't want to deal with it right now. Inside of a restaurant now. Looks nice and cozy. Now we know those doors lead to the bathrooms. Not even gonna bother. These other rooms though might have something cool. There's the general manager's office, with nothing useful in it. Here's the portal to the back rooms, with nothing in it. And we have the kitchen with resident biter. Let's turn the light on. Alright, what we got? Garbage bag. Taking it. Serving trays with rotten omelets, rotten waffles, rotten scrambled eggs, rotten potato pancakes, and rotten regular pancakes. I found a tea bag. It's not the worst. A fresh potato. Some pancake mix and vegetable oil. Marmalade. Yep. Looks like this is some kind of breakfast joint. In the fridge. Okay, alright. Got some decent stuff in here. We got a fresh ham. Hams are loaded with delicious calories. Got a lime and a pineapple. I'm just gonna shotgun the entire pineapple right now. Two more hams. A banana, a peach, and a pineapple. And then another ham and a marmalade. Too bad. Good amount of food. Check these sinks. Got some bleach. Okay, I think that concludes our tour of the restaurant, at least. I always like to mark restaurants with the burger symbol. Yeah, so on the other side of the street, we can actually see the names of the businesses. We got Saucy, which looks like a clothing store. We got Hair Genesis, which is the genesis of your hair. I imagine if I was looking for hair dye, that would be the place to go. Oh! Enigma Books. You know what they say? Where there's books, there's generator mags. Of course, if I get zombed walking in here, that's not going to do me any good. Former bookstore patrons to death. To second death, that is. I mean, if we're being honest, this is clearly a case of putting these people out of their misery. If I was a zombie, I would be quite happy if somebody just smashed my skull and ended it all. Move on to the next plane of existence. Alright, so going to carefully check all these shelves for delicious books. Alright, so we got Lane's Auto Manual for standard models. This is an excellent find because it allows me to do car mechanic stuff to normal cars. I already have one for sports cars, but I haven't even found any sports cars in the game yet. There's a bunch of skill books. I'm going to kind of ignore the skill books for the time being because they're heavy, and if I want to come back and grab a skill book, they'll still be here. What I really want is that generator mag. This is a common frustration. There it is! There it is! How to use generators. Yes! Alright, I am in good spirits now because 24 hours have passed and I haven't contracted the Nox virus. And I found my generator mag. So I might be able to rig up the generator and get it running without even suffering the indignity of a power outage in the first place. This would be one of I think, the first playthrough ever where I've gotten the generator going before the power outage. Come on. think I've done enough downtown exploring for today. I have enough time and enough daylight to go grab the generator from that one house, or that one shed, and bring it to my base, so I'm going to do that. It is going to continue to be an issue not having enough gas for my vehicles and generator, though. To remedy that situation long term, I'm going to need to find a second generator, find the Riverside gas station, and set up that second generator at the gas station, and then make regular trips to the gas station with all my gas cans and fill them up while the generator is powering the gas pumps. Well, I make it sound a lot worse than it is. In reality, one gas station trip to fill like 10 gas cans will last at least like 30 to 60 days in the game. So I wouldn't have to do those gas station runs very often. Alright, so I'm back in the place where the generator is. There's a lot more zombies here than before. So I'm going to carefully deal with these biters. Should be leveling up short blunt pretty soon. Got 3 of them here. Stick arm on these 3 zombies. Alright, the generator is in that shed there. I need to really make sure there's a clear path between the shed and the car because, oh, for fuck's sake. When I pick up the generator, it's going to seriously over-encumber me, and I will be useless as a fighter while I'm carrying it. And I just broke my nightstick. My goodness. Go into the tertiary weapon, the hammer. Careful. I've got to be careful. The hammer has a short range. Going forward, I think it might be a good idea to have backup crowbar or backup baseball bat that I carry around in my car at all times. There's the short one. Yeah, I see him. Squish. Zombie had some Tylenol on him. Is there anything cool in the duffel bag? Nope, there's a pen and a pencil. Alright, oh, there's still one alive. Or unalive. Nice. Check the perimeter of the shed. Alright, I'm going to take the generator. The generator weighs 40 encumbrance, which is pretty funny. It's like way heavier than basically any other item. And there's no animation of me carrying it, but it is very much in my inventory. So I'm going to climb into my car with the generator in my pocket, in my arms, and I'm going to place the generator on one of the car seats. Something kind of janky about this game is the car seats have a capacity of 20 encumbrance, and the generator weighs 40 encumbrance. So you would think that that means that you can't put the generator on the car seat, but you still can. There's basically an exception written into the game for generators. Which kind of begs the question why they made them have 40 encumbrance instead of just having them 20 encumbrance. So I'm actually at the edge of town, at the edge of Riverside here. Just for geographical knowledge. Riverside is long and thin, and it runs parallel to the river, as you can imagine. So I would say it's like 5 or 6 blocks thick and maybe 20 or 30 blocks long, something like that, round numbers. Back at the base. Saw several biters when I walked up. Let's make sure they're not going to follow me to the base. Oh, there's one in the next door neighbor's yard. I'll just do. Oh, I grabbed the watch instead of dismantling it. There's a couple over there in the street, but I don't think they've seen me. There's 3 of them in the cul-de-sac, and I don't want to abide having those 3 in my cul-de-sac. So, swing goes the hammer. Grab the generator. You can see how much slower my walking speed is with the generator in my pockets. I think in the next episode I'm going to blab a little bit about how the generator works exactly, but for now I'm just going to plop it right here on my back patio. You can see it takes up a single tile. I'm going to go ahead and unload the rest of the car. Fix up my laceration. So the broken baseball bat, I'm actually not going to throw it on the pile of broken weapons because it can be repaired, and I will probably repair it, but the broken nightstick cannot be repaired, so it goes on the pile. I'm going to head inside. Is there anything garage worthy? So I'm just going to methodically store it all. Vegetable oil goes in the fridge. Pineapple and potato go in the fridge. Ham goes in the freezer. Goes in the fridge. Coffee goes in the dry stores. As does the marmalade. The peach goes in the fridge. Tea bag in the dry stores. Pancake mix in the dry stores. Baseball bat I'm going to stash on this little end table here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up this crowbar that I was using before, and that's going to be my long weapon now. Alright, I'm going to leave how to use generators in my inventory, because on the next episode I'm going to explain how generators work. But the rest of these magazines I'm going to stash. Actually, the Lane's Auto Manual for standard cars, I'm going to leave that in my inventory as well. The Deagle pistol goes on the floor in the All-American Armory. Now Now, what do I want to do with my adorable stuffed animals that I found? I guess it makes sense to put them in the bedroom. They can go ahead and chill on the floor here. Put the badger and the fox on either side with Spiffo in the middle. Alright, that's cute. I don't care who you are. Stash my garbage bags. Found this other nightstick, so I'm gonna make that my main nightstick. Apparently there's a special sound when you eat a banana. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this mechanics. I'm going to head to the bedroom. Have a seat on the floor next to my woodland critter friends. I'm going to go ahead and read the Lane's Auto Manual skill mag for working on standard cars. It only takes about 10 seconds to read it. Then for the rest of the night, I'm going to read my mechanics book. Let's have a quick gander at the map. So like I was saying, Riverside is long and thin, so the southern edge of town is here, and the river is here, and it's about 5 blocks wide. But it's going to continue out this way, a long way. Since I took the generator from that shed, I'm going to erase the mark for that shed. Change my bandage one more time. So my weight is 85 kilos. No chevrons, but I'm going to try to eat some food. Get those chevrons back. And I'm going to spend maybe an hour reading my mechanics skill book. And that's going to wrap it up. Peace.